You know, have you ever noticed how some people just walk into a room and command respect without even saying a word? It's not about being the loudest person there, not at all. It's all about mastering your internal state, that little voice in your head, so you can project this, unshakable presence. I mean, think about it. Have you ever been in a really high-stakes meeting and you just feel that jolt of anxiety? Or maybe that crazy urge to over-explain yourself just so you feel like you belong? Yeah, if that sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone. The real question is, how do you get a handle on it?
And here's the thing you have to get. Mental fortitude. It isn't something you're just born with. Nope. It is a neurological skill. You can actually build it. It's kind of like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. And in this explainer, we're going to give you the exact blueprint for that training. Okay, so to truly control your mind, you first got to understand the hardware you're working with, right? It all starts with the basic architecture of your brain. Let's dive in and look at the two key players in this whole internal battle.
So, what you're seeing here is basically the fundamental conflict going on inside your head. On one side, you've got the amygdala. That's your ancient, super reactive fear processor. And on the other side, you've got the prefrontal cortex, which is like the calm, cool CEO in charge of logic and impulse control. Real mental strength is all about making sure the CEO is always in charge, especially when the pressure's on.
So, how do we actually put that CEO in the driver's seat? Well, the very first step is to take conscious, active control over that internal dialogue and even your own body.
Here are two super powerful techniques you can literally start using today. First, speak your thoughts out loud. I know, it might feel a little weird at first, but it actually helps you reframe all that negative self-talk and can even boost your confidence. Second, try a power pose before your next big meeting. Seriously, just by standing tall and taking up space, you're sending a signal to your brain that you're in control, and that can literally change your psychology. Okay, now let's talk about something absolutely crucial for mental fortitude: non-reaction. One of the clearest signs of a lack of inner strength is being predictable. When someone says something just to get a rise out of you, it's like a little social test, and you react exactly how they expect, well, you're just handing them control. So, what's the secret weapon here? It's the power pause. The next time someone challenges you or asks a tough question, just pause for 3 seconds before you answer. This simple little act makes you seem more thoughtful, more credible, and totally in control. It shows that you're responding, not just reacting on impulse.
And this brings us to a related idea: strategic silence. It's not just about pausing for a few seconds. It's about becoming truly comfortable with silence itself. In pretty much any conversation, the person who's most comfortable with that silence, well, they often have the upper hand. This quote just captures it perfectly, doesn't it? The silverback gorilla doesn't need to be the loudest. His presence is enough. When you learn to say less than is necessary, you stop chasing everyone's approval, and you start projecting this quiet, almost sphinx-like power that just pulls people in. And that leads us to a really important distinction. See, in any social group, there are basically two ways you can gain influence. Let's take a closer look at the difference between dominance and prestige. Yeah, this table lays it all out. Dominance, that's all about intimidation. It's the head tilted down, no smile, taking resources, and it's usually driven by insecurity. But prestige? That's completely different. It's earned through competence, through being good at what you do and helping others. It's the head tilted up, a genuine smile, sharing your expertise. That is the path to real, long-term respect.
And for our final principle, we have to look at where this all really starts. Because true mental fortitude isn't built in a crowd. It is forged when you are completely and utterly alone.
The key here is this: if you can be truly comfortable alone with your own thoughts, your presence in a group will just fundamentally change. You'll stop seeking approval, you'll stop trying to match everyone's energy, you'll just be there, present. And that level of self-mastery is so incredibly rare that as a result, it's magnetic. So what's the big takeaway here? Conquering your inner critic isn't about some huge overnight transformation. It's about refining your presence and your mindset through these small, consistent, deliberate steps we've talked about. So I'm going to leave you with a challenge. The next time you feel that urge to fill a silence, whether it's sending a second text message or over-explaining a decision you made, just don't. Sit with the discomfort for just a moment and see what happens. So, as you go forward, I want to leave you with this question to really think about.
Based on everything we've just gone over, what's that one inner weakness, that one reactive habit that you are now committed to conquering?